I've always said this, that everybody can be a legend. Everybody can be a change maker. You don't need thousands of people coming to you to tell you that, oh, thank you so much. You've changed my life so much. But even if I were to die today, at least I know that I touched a group of people.
Turn around. Turning point, yeah. He's a turn around. Hello and welcome to Springboard, your virtual university. My name is Albert Okran. Welcome you to Ghana's foremost developmental program and that place where the greatest minds in the world converge. Springboard is brought to you by the Springboard Roadshow Foundation and powered by MTN Ghana, the Enterprise Group, and the Ghana Growth Program, a collaboration between Mastercard Foundation and us here at Springboard. So, today, we're back with our discussion about changing narratives. Is there a Ghana beyond the one that you see every day? I've been trying to find out from people who travel around the country, what do they see? What do they learn? What is different about this country from the regular narrative that we all see? Help me today to see Ghana through her eyes is my friend Bitah. Yeah, good to see you.
Hi, Rev. It's
what
good
a
to
blessing.
See you too. Yes.
Finally, we get to do this.
Yes.
So, welcome back from traveling around Ghana.
Thank you, but I miss it.
You still are traveling, in essence.
I mean, yes, but you see, it was back to back. So, but it's nice to catch a break and just relax.
So, Bitah, from your travels, describe Ghana with one word and why.
Ghana is a land filled with opportunity, filled with so much potential, filled with gold, like literal gold. There's so many opportunities that we may not pay attention to, but we need to start paying attention to them. I traveled, I saw them, and every time we're coming back to Accra, I say, I went, I saw, I conquered, and then I'm back. And you see so many people do things that you're not used to, and you're like, wait, this is making them money? Maybe I could do that in Accra. Would it hold up in Accra? And I think everybody should pay attention to those things outside of our office. Especially as the youth. We need to move beyond the traditional, oh, I'm done with school, I want to sit in an office. My father would tell you that everybody can be in the office, but how many people can stand the office pressure? How many people want to be independent? How many people want to do their own thing? If you want to do your own thing, why don't you start now? And you might think that you're starting off little, but it's little drops of water that make a mighty ocean. So you start off small, and you become big.
So after months of traveling, you still think there's more you want to see?
Yes, there's so more I want to see. I want to visit so many. And I'm really grateful because we're not going to places that is like the everyday place that people go to. Like we're going to communities that I would not even dream of going there. And then I go there and I get to love the place. Like we're stuck in Accra. Personally, I'm always in Accra, and the moment you leave and you enter, we went to this place in the Ashanti region, and even the air you breathe is different. Like I went there and I saw my skin was glowing. I came back to Accra and everything was just back again. So, I just feel like people should be able, even before you dream of leaving the shores of Ghana, maybe you should take a moment and tour Ghana itself, and then now you can go out of Ghana because there's so many places that you could visit.
When I got married, we used to do this tour of Ghana every first week in January, and what was beautiful about it was that it was not. We just decided the direction. Nothing else was planned.
Wow.
So if it was Western or Eastern or Northern, we just will start. Wherever we reach, we'll stop and sleep there, and then we'll continue the next day.
Wow. I have to adapt this.
Until reach the border.
Yes. I have to adopt this because I feel like Ghana has so much.
Or all the way to the Burkina or to Aflao, and we just used to enjoy it.
It is nice.
No pressure.
No pressure. And I love the crew that we always go with. We're always laughing. Like if you've not seen something before, you can just point it out and everybody wants to give their 2 cents about whether they know the place or not. And it's really nice.
We'll unpack the entire trip as far as we can go. But for those of you who are wondering, who is this and what's this? I mean, if you still are in Ghana, you don't know Bitah, then let's start by saying she's a television host, she's an MC, she's a high energy personality. They love her across the regions.
Yes.
And she is the host of Ghana Grows Ejuma. She also moderates or hosts the high school next level, one of our most exciting activations when we go out there. We travel to several schools across this country, exciting the young people about opportunities in agriculture, agribusiness, and ATVET, and she brings the energy, the drive to the show. So guess what? We've been doing this across the country since the 1st of March 2003. And so having done 2 years plus of what we call the Ghana Grows program, we are just unpacking Ghana through the eyes of Bitah. How did you get the name Bitah?
So I was born on Thursday.
Yeah. Okay.
But the Bitah came from somewhere. So my first name is Tabitha. But anyway, you know that in Ghana here, if somebody hears your name is Tabitha, the first thing they're going to say is Tabitha Kum.
Why?
Because of Nicholas Omani Chabon's song. So I decided, okay, nobody's going to call me Tabitha Kum anymore. I'm going to take the tap from there, the Kum from there, just remain with the Bitah, and then I made the Bitah. I remember when I made up that name, I stood in front of my class and I said, okay, class, listen to me. From today onwards, nobody should call me Tabitha Kum. All of you, my name is Bitah. It did not sit well with them, but hey, alas, here we are. Everybody calls me
It's one of the most dangerous things to do in secondary school. Try and change something that they are
used to.
It would rather make it worse.
For the first month, they just intentionally, Tabitha Kum, Tabitha Kum. Then my blood is boiling. But then after a couple of time, even the teachers were calling me Bitah, so I knew that the name had come to stick.
The danger about that is also that if somebody asks of your real name, I mean, nobody would know it.
Nobody knows it.
So what was it?
Asangshia Tabitha.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm sure your fans are out.
People don't know what is that. People don't know. Sometimes there was a time I went to the passport office, the US passport office, and then they call out either the number or the name.
Don't tell me you couldn't.
And I forgot myself because I'm used to Bitah, and then there were 2 people that were talking to me, and they also know me as Bitah. So I think I was either engrossed in the conversation too much. I just told her, the lady was like, Asang, and she wasn't mentioning it well. So she's like, Asang Tabitha, and then. Is it me or is it another person? And so when she mentioned the number of the... And then, it's me. And then she was like, Madam, you're not paying attention. It's a lot more than what you think it is. But yeah, that's how the name came up. And
there's one crazy one from school that I don't know whether you see on there.
But this lady, I don't want people to know. I want a situation whereby one day when I mention, people were like, what? Is that you? I said, yeah, that's my name. You guys are used to just see Bitah. My name is Asangshia.
Wow.
Like that.
There was a guy who had a nickname in school that is not very complimentary. He was called Omosam. His father came to the school and mentioned his name, his real name.
And nobody knows.
From morning till 4 p.m.
Nobody.
Visiting hours were almost over. The guy still could not locate his son.
Wow.
Then somebody said, the man almost freaked out. I mean, how can you
call yourself up? Hey! I can really relate why.
Or for the son for taking that name.
Because why would you? Okay, everybody has their own reasons. So I'm not
as
even.
School and nicknames.
School and nicknames. There was a guy I knew that was called Arrested. Why are you calling yourself Arrested? Who has arrested you?
I'm talking about arrest.
And his name is Prince Watson. Nice name. Arrested.
No, he likes that one. Talking about arrested. So which part of Ghana arrested you the most?
I think Tamale. When we went to Tamale. I'd never been there. And it's ironic because my father comes from the northern part of Ghana. I've never been there before. They say I've been there, but I don't have any recollection of the place. I think when we went, I was a baby. And when you're in Accra, they tell you stories about the northern part of Ghana. It's dry, it's this, the people are this, the people are that. And then I go there, I mean, I would admit it's a little dry. The air is a little dry. It's a little, dusty, but it's nice. It's not the usual thing that you see. And so I'm looking at it and I'm looking at the people. They're walking around with their farm equipment and they seem to be enjoying that life. That is their regular life. And I'm just staring at them and it made me feel like maybe I should find time and come and look for where my father comes from. Maybe there's so much that I haven't discovered from the place. And then we went to the school and they were so amazing, from the teachers to the students themselves. The students they wanted to listen to us. And it made me feel like, again, I'm not saying that when we go to any of the high schools or the communities, the students are not endearing or anything.
I was on a Tamale trip. I was there.
Yes, you were there with us.
That was a beautiful one.
It was so nice. It was so beautiful to see and we got the opportunity. You see, where we were lodging in the school was a little far off, so we got to use the main road, so you get to see the town itself and the people. It was just beautiful.
What was special about Tamale for me on that particular trip, if you will recollect, was Tamale girls. There was this girl who was responsible for mobilizing the things for the tree planting and actually digging the various holes ahead of the program. And she volunteered to do it and dug all the holes for the tree planting. Oh my God. And then we got to this wow moment, which is full of energy, and people win money, and
the
people
suspense.
win hampers. And out of 2,000 students, the student who volunteered,
yes, I remember,
to dig the holes for the
she actually won one of the wow moments.
Actually wins the grand.
The ultimate. She was the ultimate. I remember when we announced it, they said she's the one that volunteered. I said, what?
Yeah.
The God you serve is great.
Charlie, that was the high point for me.
It was
they pounded her and powdered her. And all
yes.
that. But those moments were very special.
Very, very. I really like the wow moments of the high school activations. Because then, there's the education in there, there's the entertainment in there. But just imagine, because I remember there was one other school, somebody won the ultimate wow moments prize. And then they said they were going to use the money to buy drugs for their sister or their mother or something like that.
Well, yeah.
She was crying.
Yeah. The first time I saw that was at GSTS.
I was like...
This guy had been told that morning, it was before free SHS, he had been told that if he didn't pay his school fees, he would go home that day. And you know the suspense that we create. So here we were, we made it was a technical university, but at that time it was Poly. And so we made two to come on stage. We knew who had won, but we mentioned two similar names and they were on stage. And once it got from 3, it got to 2, the guy knelt down and started praying on the stage. Hey, don't bring this to so close.
You're thinking it's personal.
At the time, 1,000 cities was plenty money. You could pay the school fees and you have balance. Charlie, and the guy was praying. And then I mentioned the name and the guy fell flat.
It was his name.
He was crying. When
This
he told
is
the story,
his
even
miracle.
the banker presenting the money to him was even crying.
This is like miracle. This is fast track miracle. And it's just nice.
So do you find that sometimes the fun and excitement gets so much that the actual reason that we are there gets subsumed? Or you still think that's still the reason shines through?
It does shine through. There's always that moment of the entertainment where they kind of temporarily forget themselves a little bit. But our speakers, our change makers, they do very well to bring their minds back to them. And I don't want to blow my own horn, but I like to believe that I also do my part in bringing the attention back to it. Like, we're having fun and everything, but remember, this is the reason why we're here. This is the reason why we're here. This is what we're trying to tell you. This is what we're trying to educate you guys about. So I think even with the entertainment and everything, the main reason why we go there still finds a way to shine through.
For those of you watching the television, I'm sure you're seeing the clips of she's put down nicely to the studio. Please don't be deceived. It's high energy, jumping on the stage and carrying the students with you, but ultimately getting them to reflect on opportunities in agriculture, agribusiness, and ATVET. And the choice to package education or learning with fun has been part of Springboard from 2007, when we had our very first Springboard ratio activity. And it's been proven over the years to be an exciting way to engage with young people, and that's what we've done. We still do it.
We still do
I
it.
think it's now at a higher level than we used to do.
We still, honestly, I feel like we don't feel the effects of what we have done till after we're back in Accra. Sometimes I'll be there, and this is for me that I was just an MC, so I can imagine our speakers, Michael, Adelaide, and Co, the kind of messages they receive. Sometimes you'll be there and then you receive a message on like your social media, and they you came to my school with the MasterCard Foundation, Springboard, it was Ghana Grows. Then I'm like, yeah, and said, you guys, thank you so much. Some of them want to go into certain careers, but they have parents that believe that it's either the white collar job, a blue collar job, or nothing. Like there's nothing else that you can do apart from that. And then they text you and they tell you that I'm actually really good with catering. What do you think? What kind of profession do you think I can go in? What university do you think I can go to? And it brings me some form of joy. I've always said this, that everybody can be a legend. Everybody can be a change maker. You don't need thousands of people coming to you to tell you that, oh, thank you so much. You've changed my life so much. But it's the mere fact that people can come up to me and then tell me that you might not be. At this point, I like to believe that I'm the face of the high school next level program. And they come up and then they see these things and it just makes me feel so good. And I know that even if I were to die today, at least I know that I touched a group of people, 5 people, 10 people. And I'm always grateful for this. Every time I tell Invictus Nana that I'm so grateful for all the opportunities that he's put me on. Because other than that, I'll just be I'm cooked up in a studio, finish, and then go back home. But the fact that you can, and people don't realize this, the majority of our audience or the majority of the Ghanaian masses are the students in the senior high schools, in the junior high schools, and the primary schools. So it's nice to know that at some point in their lives, they got in contact with me. So it doesn't matter whether I become the greatest person on earth or not. They are able to come up and say that, yeah, Bitah, thank you for coming to my school. I like the way you did this. I like the way you did that. And it's just the way I feel like I'm also making a change. I don't necessarily have to donate $3,000, but my voice is making a change. And that's all I've ever really wanted. That I don't just use my voice and I make noise and then that's it. At least somebody is getting something out of it. So
that's exactly why you're in the studio today, talking about changing narratives. If you just joined us, this is the voice of Bitah. I won't add anything else. Bitah. And is the front face of the activations we do on the high school next level. We've traveled around 16 regions of this country, and we continue to do so on the Ghana Grows program, inspiring young people to explore opportunities in agribusiness and ATVET, and just telling them a story that is different from what they've known through their days in school. Just in case you don't know, in my days in school, while I was in school, sponsored on a cocoa marketing board scholarship. That meant that I didn't pay school fees because my grandfather was a cocoa farmer. In reality, all I could recollect about farming was punishment, going to the school farm or being sent to the school farm if you did not do the right thing. So just the dread of going to the school farm didn't make agriculture something that you would even aspire to learn or practice in any form, shape, or style. But here we are on this journey, showing young people that it's not just about rudimentary farming, but a big value chain with so many components that young people can aspire to. And do you think, that they are getting the message?
Yes. I told Lady Comfort that one of the things that I love that we have added to the high school next level program is the animation video of the agricultural food chain.
Yeah.
Value chain, sorry. At first, everybody thinks farming. We're thinking cutlass. We're thinking hoe. We're thinking, oh, I'm bent over. My waist is pinning me. No. Now we've gotten to know that everybody has a part to play. You don't necessarily have to be the farmer. You don't necessarily have to be the caterer. But you can find your place in that whole value chain and then make something out of it. We spoke on the Ghana Grows Ejuma program, we visited the Volta region and we spoke to Bright. Bright is a farmer.
I watched that one.
Bright is a farmer. He doesn't necessarily have to come to the farm and say, okay, I am weeding. but he has been able to employ other people, giving them sustainable jobs where they are able to come into the farms and then work on it. Now, while they're working on it, he doesn't think, okay, because I own the farm, I just have to sit back. He's always on the farm with them. If they need anything, he's there. If they need any fertilizers, he's there. If they need machines, he is there. So you see, he doesn't necessarily have to be the farmer. Let's put right aside. There's another guy. He went to the university. He was also in the voter region. He went to the university, and ordinarily everybody expected after the university you're going to the office. He comes back and he takes up the family's business. When he took up the family business, they had just 2 branches. I don't even want to call it a branch because he himself will tell you it's a tabletop restaurant type business. And now he has like 15 branches scattered all over Ho. And he's changing that narrative. Now, we spoke to some of the people in Ho, and they were like, oh yeah, when he started with rice water and porridge and Tom Brown, and now he's serving rice. He's serving catering services to like big engagements, events, and all of those things in Ho. And it makes me realize that there is a place for everybody. I might not necessarily decide to hold a cutlass or a hoe, but I know that my voice is part of the agricultural value chain. If I'm not fed the information and I don't come to tell the students or the people in the community that, oh, you know what, you could be in your office, you could do your office work, but you can also do this on the side, you know? And I feel like since everybody has their own parts to play, you can use your voice, you can use your hand, you can use your face. If it means creating content about agri, that is what you want to do. You want to create content about the many opportunities available in the ATVET sector. You can do that. You don't necessarily have to wait for somebody to come to you and tell you that, oh, I want you to follow me to the farm, or I need you to follow me to my blacksmith shop to see how it is done. And for me, I'm very grateful because I've seen so many different jobs happening. Bead making, resin arts, even when it comes to hair and makeup, skin, how they make the shea butter and the oil and everything. I feel like people are sitting beside you. They haven't even gotten that first class view into that. And so they think that agriculture is just the farm work. Meanwhile, it's so much more than just the farm. And people are not paying attention to it. And it hurts me.
It shouldn't hurt you. Thanks to people like you, thanks to Ghana Gross Ejuma, thanks to the Virtual University, all our platforms, Hangout, and then all the others doing big things on various platforms. Many have, especially over the past couple of years, lifted up their heads and said, how come we've not been watching? Yeah. So if you notice, these days, the narrative, the respect people put on agribusiness ventures has changed significantly.
Yes.
And we've been very fortunate to have people like Ojakoto Boating, Araba Kumsin, who people know, John Dumelo. People know them either in the media space, in the political space, also in acting and so on, who have quite a significant following, who have gone into the sector. And so it's easier now for the young person to say, I can relate.
Yeah.
And even more beautifully, not only has the value chain been spread out for people to see the various options, many more people are using modern, scientific, I listen to a young person who says, I was always interested in something to do with agri, but I heard about mushroom farming, and I came for a mushroom farming training, and you guys sent us to the factory of Mildred Akutia, who does cashew, and the cashews are consumed on Delta Airlines, United Airlines, and you go to the factory and they are wearing this white thing. She has a master's in food science. She's worked with McVitie, she's worked with Heinz in the UK. So you're like, oh, okay, it's not just rudimentary pack the thing and staple it or seal it. She says,
and then send it out.
She says by the time she walked out of Mildred's factory, this was the first day of the training, before they even started the first lesson, she says, I said to myself, I can do this at this level. Tell you the power of a picture. Yeah, one picture. Tell us about the power of a picture.
We did an episode of Ghana Grows Ejuma, went to a dried fruit processing factory. Personally, I had never been to one before. So I was looking forward to it, but I was also like, how did they make it work? The kind of rules and regulations when it comes to the sanitation and health aspect of it. You see the way they peel the fruits, how they source the fruits. And one thing I'm always very happy about is they always source their fruit from right here.
Right.
They don't go outside, they get it right here in Ghana. The way they take their times and tactfully peel the covers of the fruits, take it through a machine. I will be very honest. The first time I heard of dried fruit processing, I thought maybe somebody is sitting there and they're actually peeling it with their hands and they'll dry it on like a raffia mat outside, and then, they'll hand. There's a whole technological equipment that is taking care of it. And I'm like, wait, the way we are
seen this.
I'm reassessing my whole life. And I'm like, wait, this whole thing is very different. Same thing happened when we went to Violet Amwabing's place, Skin Gourmet. You would think, we are used to the picture of people have gone to buy shea butter and they are hand picking it and then trying to fry it. There's a whole system that takes care of it. And you sit back and then you are like, okay, what can I do in this process? What is my part to play? What can I do? And for me, let me leave my plans. Let me leave it in my head. But that agric, we are coming for it.
What can I do? What is my part? And those are the questions that Bitah is asking after traveling around the country. And that is a question I want to leave you with before we go on the break. Haven't heard all this. Where are you in that long value chain from the researcher to the manufacturer to the planter, the farmer? These days we are doing agri-tech. Even the planting itself, it is tech with iPads and so on the farms. Let's see. And then from the harvesting to the off-taking to the processing to the export to the... And Charlie, on Instagram these days, the number of young people experiment. We'll talk about that when we come back from the break. How do you find yourself in this whole beautiful value chain? This is Springboard, your virtual university, brought to you by the Springboard Ratio Foundation and powered by MTN Ghana, the Enterprise Group, and our friends at the Ghana Grows Program, a collaboration between MasterCard Foundation and Springboard. Please don't go away.
Good business means seeing the possibilities and maximizing opportunities. Making sure you have a responsive support system backs your business goals. A partner that gives you a stable platform with reliable connectivity and seamless solutions, and better understands the tools required to take you to the next level. With so many moving parts in running a business, we do our best to provide you with some stability. The only kind of stability you can find with MTN Business Broadband, the fastest and most reliable internet provider in Ghana, making sure you stay ahead and stay connected, because we understand what makes your business tick.
Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh or call or WhatsApp 0244 308 111.
MTN.
Whether it's 1924, 2024, or 2124, we've always known that you are driven by your sense of safety and well-being. It is what drives us to see you through from start to finish, from small to big. And in the last 100 years, as you have evolved, so have we also expanded to serve you in many ways. From cradle to grave, with expertise in insurance, life, pensions, properties, health, and for those beautiful memorable goodbyes. It's 2024, and in all our markets, our pedigree is recognized, our strength respected, our expertise valued, and our solutions sought by all who desire an advantage in life. Experience the time-tested and truly trusted 100 years legacy of Ghana's oldest insurer. Take charge of your future now. Insurance, life, pensions, property management, funeral services, health insurance. Enterprise, your advantage.
Learn something new every week and be inspired by innovations, impact, and success stories of individuals making strides in the agricultural, agribusiness, technical, and vocational skills sectors on Ghana Grows Ejuma with Araba Kumsin and Bitah. Join us this and every Thursday on Facebook at 7 p.m. at Ghana Grows, also at Comfort Okran A and at Albert N.E. Okran. On Fridays at 4 p.m. on Joy 99.7 FM and on Sundays at 5:45 p.m. on TV3. Ghana Grows is an initiative of MasterCard Foundation in partnership with the Springboard Roadshow Foundation. If you are a young person and you want to be a part of our various interventions, call or WhatsApp Ghana Grows call center on 0308 255 775. Follow us on all our social media handles. Ghana Grows Ejuma. Hope Day.
Welcome back to Springboard, your virtual university, and to this enthralling conversation with Bitah, my friend, unpacking the thousands of kilometers she's traveled on the Ghana Grows program, hosting the Ejuma TV broadcast, radio broadcast, TV broadcast, and also hosting the high school next level. And indeed, it's a next level of engagement. If you haven't seen it before, please go find it on any of our platforms and just watch the Ghana Grows High School Next Level. It's an experience like you've never seen before. Before I return to you to explore the good, the bad, and the ugly of her travels, let me just take you through the Enterprise Advantage tip. As you know, Springboard is brought to you by the Springboard Roadshow Foundation in partnership with MTN Ghana, the Enterprise Group, and the Ghana Grows program. And as part of our programming, we daily bring you or weekly bring you an Enterprise Advantage tip. And the question for this week is, how do I claim a medical service refund and how long does it take? And the answer to that question is just submit your receipts and all supporting documents to Acacia, and the refunds are paid directly into your account within 14 days. So keep that in mind. And it's brought to you by the Enterprise Group. Their number 030-263-4777. Email info@myenterprisegroup.io. That is your Enterprise Advantage tip. Now, as you listen to Bitah and get excited, if you want to find out more about what's happening all across the country and the various opportunities for young people free of charge, either a career clinic, the Empower 360, any benefits that young people get on the Ghana Grows program is entirely free of charge. As I say, so if you want to find out more about what is happening, especially if you're a young woman aged between 15 and 35, just call or WhatsApp the Ghana Grows customer service line 030-8255-775. Ask them, tell me more about the benefits of being on the Ghana Grows program, and you will be very, very excited. Also, bookmark the Springboard channel, where you probably might be watching this, and just ensure that every single time we go live on any of our broadcasts, whether it's the virtual university like you're watching now, or Bitah pumping the whole world on the Ejuma, or Araba Kumsin, or the Hangouts with Comfort Okran, you will find all of them, plus many more, on the Springboard channel on YouTube. Just go and subscribe to receive all our broadcasts. Let me put a smile on the face of a young person doing business today and just encourage them to do more. And today I want to stay in the beauty segment and give a shout out to Shaleo Beauty. Shaleo Beauty is a young woman doing very, very well in makeup artistry. And just to give her a little shout out, you know what? Every week we just mention somebody's name randomly.
Hey.
And then mention their phone number, and people go to patronize their business, and they call back and they're like, wow. And we don't even know. We just do it to encourage young people. What do you think?
It's good.
So next time I'll tell them if you want to do an event, you want an MC, you know what, call Bitah.
Yes, that's one.
Yeah, that one. So if you want to contact Charlie O Beauty for your bridals, for your events, for your beauty, 0508473292. 0508473292. You will look very, very, very nice and be very, very, very happy. Talking about happiness, what has the traveling across the country done for you? Has it changed you?
I like to believe so. There's certain topics that in the past, when we're having conversations about it, I would just kind of like say what everybody is saying, right? But now, I think my perspectives about a lot of things have changed. My perspectives about traveling, my perspectives about, of course, what we're doing, the agric and the ATVET sector, my perspectives about career opportunities, my perspectives about people living in places other than Accra. As a person that was born in Accra, my life has always been Accra, 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 Accra. Everything I know is Accra.
Do you say Accra, Accra, Accra? You mentioned what the trotro means.
That's all I knew. And then I start traveling. And I think it first starts with the fact that I'm able to tell people, oh, I'm sorry, I will not be available. I'm traveling. Oh, sorry, I will not be available. I'm doing a tour around Ghana. And it brings me so much pride. And then when I go and then I come back, I learn, even with the way people talk, the way people relate with each other, the friendliness. When we went to, I always say that there are two regions that have a long-lasting impact on me. The Volta region and then the northern region when we went to Tamale. It's like these people, they don't get angry. When you're asking them something, if you're frustrated and you're asking them something, they're rather seeking to understand where you are coming from, what you actually want. But Accra, everybody's angry. Yes, I want to go, I'm angry. If you can ask me something, I tell you, let me finish what I'm doing before. They pay extra attention to you. And I don't want to say it's because we are new there, because the crew, for instance, they had been going there already, even before I joined them. And they're just so nice and so receptive to all of us. Like, they don't even know you. And it changed my perspective about relating with people. You don't necessarily have to know people before you are nice to them. You know, you don't have to know people before you want to hear their story. And this traveling has done so much for me. I used to be a very angry person. Like, I get frustrated easily. Like, if something is not going on well, and then I'm frustrated, I want to cry. But you see, one thing I learned about shooting is the way you have planned the shoot to go, you could get there and then it will not happen like that. So you have to be patient. You have to wait. If you're looking for a certain person and they tell you that, oh, the person is working, you have to sit and wait and take the time and look around you. And it has changed things about me. Now, when I go back to work, if we have to shoot at 3 p.m., and by 3 p.m. my guests are not in, I'm not angry. I just have to go and talk to the crew and tell them that, the guests are not in, so we have to wait for an hour or something. And it feels like a personal development for me.
That's interesting.
And it makes me happy. Like, I don't get angry. Like, if you do something, I just look at you and just be smiling.
Breaking news. The Bitah has become more patient.
Yes. I really used to be patient though. My mother would tell me that if I want something, I want it right now. Like, do it for me right now before I go. But now I'm like, okay, do it at your own time. I'm waiting.
From the sociological point of view, I have explanation for the two things that you mentioned.
Yes.
What you call the personal developmental change, and you are right about that, it's learned behavior. It may not be your natural way of doing things, but you have learned to behave that way.
Yes,
it's working for you.
And then one other thing, showing up on time.
Hey.
Rev, I used to be late too. Nana will always complain. I used to be late. But now, you travel to, there are certain regions, they don't play with their time. If they tell you to come at 10, and you don't show up at 10, they'll tell you that you didn't come on time, so go tomorrow, then you come back and come and do the thing. So now if you tell me to come somewhere, hey, if I'm late, like 2 minutes or 1 minute, though, and I'm there, I'm sitting there, I'm waiting for you. I don't want you to reschedule me to the next day. No. And I like that it has changed me. It's reflecting in my work, in appointments that I have to pick. Even if I have to go to the hospital and they tell me, it's Ghana after all. Sometimes they will tell patients, come at 11. Then the patient will come at 12 because it is their own time. But now I value time a lot. I value time a lot, and that is something that I'm really glad about.
Just for the record, Springboard has never ever started a program late since 2007. Not even a minute.
One thing about, if they say 6, it is going to be 6.
It's something we learned from day one, and it made people take us seriously and believe that if we say 10, it will be 10.
It will
so
be 10.
We'll start 5 minutes with time, and it's end us. There are sponsors that have stayed with us for that reason. You won't believe it.
And it's good because when we're doing Empower 360, I got a call. We're supposed to shoot, but they told me the program is starting very early, and the kind of shots they want, they need me to be there early. When I called, I think the producer was Laan. So he called me and then he told me that, yeah, tomorrow we need you at 7. So to an extent, I was like, it will be fine. I can't believe I got there at the time, and then the program had already started, and we quickly got to shooting the intros and everything. No time to waste time.
Yeah.
Our time is our...
So beyond the general idea of getting people excited about the chosen sectors, what you are describing is what you may want to call the unintended, but really it is more than intended. It's a more than intended part of the program, the travels and everything. And mind you, the regions that you observe, the behavioral patterns that you observe is richer in thought than it looks. So the different behaviors, the cultural nuances of the various regions is a very powerful thing, and maybe begin to diarize your observations. Who knows? One day. Yeah. You see.
So hey, you go to some places, you're going to do an interview. They'll tell you, please, I need you guys to come at 9 a.m. because my business starts at 9. That's when, because usually we want people to also talk to. They can tell you, come at 9. That is when you're going to get the people. You show up at any time you want. You show up and then there's nobody there. And at the end of the day, you are running at a loss. Now you have to show up the next day and then redo everything again. So media, and I think this is something that I'm going to take into my later years. If I have friends or I bought children, I'm going to tell them you need to take time seriously, because if you take time seriously, people will take you seriously too. If you end up coming late to every event or every appointment, next time they need you, they say, oh, she doesn't come early. You forget, drop her, bring another person. Hey, I don't want that.
Springboard your virtual university with Bitah, exploring the learnings, the observations, the transformations arising from her travels across the country, shooting for the Ghana Growth Program, particularly the high school next level, and then also the Ghana Growth Ejuma. Let's talk about Ejuma a bit.
Yes.
So Ejuma is... Tell us about Ejuma for those who may not have watched it.
So Ghana Growth Ejuma. It is that program that if you didn't know about it, you'd be like, oh, I can't be bothered. And then you watch one episode. Every time I tell people, just watch one episode. And me, I am obsessed with Ejuma because the first time I came on it, our very first episode that we shot was a very exciting one. Ejuma is that program that tells you that there are so many more career opportunities than what the eye can see. Ejuma is the program that tells you that what you thought agriculture was, what you thought the ATVET sector was, is nothing like what you think it is. It's a whole other world that is waiting for you to just reach out and then enter into. When I shot my first episode, we were in Kwewu for the Easter festivities. The people I met, I know that even if I had gone there for the Kwewu celebrations, I don't think I would have met those people. The business women, talking to them, they can tell you how much they make during these festivities or during the holidays or the festivals. And then you are like, and I'm sitting here and I'm not doing anything. Yes. And during the Easter, there was one woman, she sells sausages. She says, hey, me dey do Kwewu dey me dey agrokra me had the whole week. To me, close to 200 million. And you think sausages, how much are sausages that you're going to make 200 million out of it?
Well, that's so crazy. Just for the record.
But you're like, how did she make that from it? And then you hear from some of the traders, they leave Accra. They travel from Sunyani and come all the way to the Eastern region just for that. And then that's how you understand that. See,
for those who don't understand the 200 million.
200 million
which is 20,000
20,000 Ghana cedis. That's a lot of money. And if you look at the table she has made, you judge badly.
So it seems to be the case from our travels that when there are festivals, businesses actually spring up, operate, and then close down after the festival, or they migrate and operate. From different locations, and come and set up tents there. In addition to those who operate there locally, and after that, everybody finds their level back to where they were before.
They will tell you that they don't really mind if you are doing business there before they came. It is the survival of the fittest. It is how best, and the way they sell. It's not like they're sitting and they're waiting for you to come and say, oh, please, I'm buying.
No.
As you are passing, they're calling you, fine girl, don't you want sausage? Oh, fine girl, don't you want pizza? Oh, fine boy, oh, do you need water? You've been working, you need water. And they try to convince you with just their words. They try to sweet talk you. And sometimes you don't necessarily want to buy it. It's just the way they are sweet talking you that makes it nice for you. They migrate from wherever they are coming. They come, they make their sales, and then they go back. They will not lose out because obviously they're going back to their regular business schedule, but still, it provides them an opportunity to make additional income to what they already have.
Tell me about that record-breaking clip, backstage clip of you in Accra and the gunshot.
We were recording Ghana Grows Ejuma on the Homowo Festival. So when we got there, I have never been to... I'm always excited when there's a festival because I don't get to experience festivals like that. So we got there, I was really excited. The crew was telling me, stay by our side. I was like, come on, man, we are having fun. We're working, but we're still getting to explore. Then we got to speak to the chief, or they call him Ni something. And we got to speak to him. We saw the ladies carry the peple and they were spreading it. So I came to stand outside. And then we're trying to do one of the links to, the videos, the scenes. But they wanted the men with the gun behind. And we spoke to these men and told them, oh, please, we are shooting, so don't shoot anything. Then they told us, oh, feel free, we're fine. Only for me to start shooting. And then the guy then I shook one, but I was like, oh, let me maintain my composure and my cease. Then he shot another one, and that was when I knew that I can't do this any longer. Please, can we just move away from there? And I was really scared because I'd never seen a gun before. So the sound, the fact that they are wielding it with so much power and authority, it shook me a little bit. But I think I'm okay. If I have to go back again, I'll go with more vim.
But the shaking didn't show on the back scene shot. So that small clip that you cut off behind the scenes, tell me how many views did it get?
So when we first got it, I posted it as a joke.
Joke?
On my WhatsApp status. I was laughing at myself. And then somebody screen recorded it and then posted it on TikTok. By the time we had seen it, it had amassed 1 million views. So I was like, oh, let me also post it on my socials and see. And currently, I think it has 250,000 views on my own. And the guy's own has about 6 million views on his. I was like, I should have posted this first. This guy has gotten the views more than me. But I love that it made people understand the work that goes on behind the scenes. So it's so good. I mean, I appreciate those ones. The last time when we went to the Volta region, we were also on a farm and they asked me to try and plant the cassava sticks. I almost cut my hand off. I was doing it entirely wrong. So he came back and then he was trying to teach me. So I got a video of that and then I also posted that one. And I liked the...
That one you posted it first?
That one I posted it first. Nobody... Because I can't let somebody come and post it and they'll get 6 million views. I will post my own thing. And I love the fact that it also helps to bring traction to the Ejima program, because usually people you see in the comment, people are like, oh, what is the show about? Where does it air? So then I can come back and tell them, oh, you can watch it on this platform or that platform. You can leave your comments. If you need us to, you can always call the Springboard call center on this number. So.
Tell me about the power of social media as an enabler for what you do.
Social media is powerful. a lot of people, I think people get the idea, but they also don't get the entire idea. If you remember, before we went on the break, I was telling our audience about the fact that if you're looking for your part to play in the agricultural value chain, you may not necessarily be the farmer. You don't want to be the researcher. You don't want to be the planter. You don't want to be the caterer. But you can be the face of something. You can be a content creator. Let me use John Dumelo, for example. We know he's into animal farming, but he tries to create content. He's always posting videos about how many eggs he has harvested from his chickens, or where he's getting his onions from or ginger from. And it helps to spread the word about his business. He might not necessarily be talking about what exactly the business, but once people see the eggs, they're like, oh, where did you get the eggs from? And then he says, oh, it's there from my farm. You can reach us out on da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And the same thing happens to me. The more I post the behind the scenes, the more brands reach out to me, and then they're like, oh, I like the behind the scenes. What do you do? And then I go into a full profile mood. Oh, my name is Bitah. I'm an event and TV host. You can use me for this and that and that. And it helps me. People don't realize it. I think a lot of people just lay back on the fun part of it. But you can use it to promote yourself to the highest degrees. I use social media to shoot my shots. I saw an opportunity to do an event in Nairobi. I didn't get it, but now the people came to text me about something that we could do in the future. And I love that about me. And the fact that I'm using social media productively. When I started, I'm going to be honest, when I started, I wasn't using it productively. I would just post like pictures and funny videos, and then I would just continue. But now I've decided...
What changed?
I want people to know the fun part of me, but I also want them to be able to take me seriously, whether they're standing in front of me or they're looking at me through my socials. So now, for every platform I have, I know what I am posting on there. If you come to TikTok, it's the fun part of me, but the fun part of me is at work. I'm always at work and I'm having fun there. If you come to my Instagram, they're very serious, business-like photos of me there. Yeah. So if you need me for the business side, you see it there. You see a very charismatic, focus-driven woman. Now, when you go to my TikTok, for example, you see a woman who loves her job, a woman who can find a way to enjoy her work, even though it is stressful or she's frustrated about something. But you see the fun part of it. And that's how I want people to view me.
So the intentionality is key.
Mm-hmm. You need to be very intentional when you're using social media. And usually when we go for Ghana Grows High School Next Level, our speakers, usually Michael does this. The last time we had Kwame Nyatwame, he joined us. He also spoke to the students and told them that, look, it's very easy to get sucked into social media. It's very easy for you to feel like, oh, but your digital footprints, what are you leaving behind? What is that one thing that you have posted that if there was a problem right now, people can hold it over your head? You need to be very intentional with the things that you're posting, whether it has to do with work, whether it has to do with your life, personal life, family, career, education, anything. You need to be very intentional with it. I have made certain mistakes. There were times where I spoke out of my hair, let me put it that way, and I didn't speak very well. The moment I posted it and I saw the feedback, I was like, oh, they're just getting, because people are always frustrated on social media. But I got the people that I work with. Nana, for example, the moment I post something that he feels like it's going to go against me, it might not go against me now, but maybe in the next 5 years, he calls me and then he tells me, I don't think this post, you should take it down. Then you take it down. Then you yourself, you reflect over it and say, I didn't do well this one day. I shouldn't have posted it.
What's the role of mentors in your life?
Mentors. Growing up, I never really value mentorship. Maybe I didn't value it, or I didn't really understand the concept of mentorship. When I finished the university, I was looking for a way to enter the media industry. There was a whole drama that happened. I went viral for something, and then I got to meet certain people in the media fraternity. And these people helped me with the way I speak, my vocabulary. I'm going to mention Nana again. When I met Nana through the Kanikalon program. When I met him, the first time he met me, he told me, there's something about you, but we just need to find a way to, make you grow in it. And so, if we're speaking about mentors, the first person I'm going to mention is Nana Aban.
Hey, shout out to Nana Aban.
He is
one and only Invictus.
He is the most amazing. Like, I don't know if anybody can have a mentor that just focuses on just the career part. This is a man that sometimes people, when we go for event, people ask me if that's my father or my elder brother because of the care he has for me. If I am sick, he's standing by me. If I do something wrong, he will tell me, you did this wrong. If I came to him and I told him that, oh, I will not be able to show up for this event because I don't have a shoe, he'll tell me, don't worry, come, I have a shoe for you. I have heels for you. I have a shirt for you. I have jeans for you. And it has helped me shape my own life because I know that Nana doesn't need anything from me, but he knows that he can give me so much more. So much that when he sees me on another platform, he can look up at me and say, I'm glad I mentored this person. And that is what I want for myself. I want to be able to also speak into the lives of other people, touch other people's lives so that one day they might not see me as a mentor, but when they get somewhere, they're like, you know what, I'm glad I went through the hands of Bitah. So mentorship, the role of mentorship can never be downplayed, no matter what. If you can, it doesn't have to be somebody great and gigantic. Your mother can be your mentor. Just take, you can just look at snippets of her life, things that you feel like you can adapt to your own life, and then it will help you.
The last time you prayed, what did you tell God?
Should I be honest?
Yes.
There were 3 things I asked God for. I said, 1, I'm not asking for you to give me so many job opportunities, but direct me to the platforms that will help me grow. 2, I lost a couple of gigs last year that were supposed to be like overseas. And I cried about it so much because I was so hurt. And then I asked God, if it is your will, let it be. And the last thing I asked for is for good health, because a lot of people don't know this. From the very day I was born till I was about 18, I've battled a lot of health problems. So that's the only thing that I want. If I am to die, the death issue waits small. I have a couple of things that I want to do, a couple of lives that I want to touch. After that, you can come and take me. But don't come right now. Let me enjoy life small.
And what did God say to the third prayer?
God told me, if I didn't kill you when you were 16, you really think this is the time I want to kill you? And I make sure to journal everything. Sometimes, when you pray and you get like a response, you feel like it's just your mind that is giving you that response. But some days it just feels like this is not you talking, this is not your mind talking. So the moment I get things like that, I take till now I still journal. I would just write something down and then move with it.
This last part of the conversation is my favorite. Where do you see Bitah 10 years from now?
I may not be the exact height and weight and the same face that I have now, but I see Bitah as a very, very, very wise woman. A woman who is confident in the decisions that she's making. A woman who looks back on her life and she says, you know what, I'm glad I chose this path. And to be very honest, in the next 10 years, I still want to be in the space that I find myself career-wise. But I also want to be able to tap into other things and then make them all work together for my greater good.
Romans chapter 8, verse 28. All things work together for good. So may your travels, your learnings, your experiences, your jumping off the stage at the high school next level,
yes.
You're meeting different people, the gunshots you didn't expect, the cassava you planted, and your unraveling of the agribusiness value chain all come together and work for your good.
Amen.
For your health, for your life, your longevity, and for everything that makes you the Bitah that we know and that we love. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
This has been another edition of Springboard, the virtual university with my friend Bitah. We've traveled around the country together, just touching the lives of young people, and it's just an honor to bring you a bit of the behind the scenes learnings. And let's unpack again sometime after you've done some more travel.
Definitely, I'm just a call away.
Phone call away, yeah.
Yes.
Anytime
I'm here.
I'll be on
time. I must be on time.
The big learnings. Yeah. So thank you all for joining us for this edition, and thanks for enjoying this travel with us through the various parts of the country. My name is Albert Okran. Springboard has been brought to you by the Springboard Ratio Foundation, empowered by MTN Ghana, the Enterprise Group, and the Ghana Growth Program, a collaboration between Mastercard Foundation and Springboard, as well as our other partners. Also to mention our media partners, the Multimedia Group and Graphic. So we come away again next week. My name is Albert saying God bless you, and God bless you.